Before we begin, make sure to hit that subscribe button right now because the story I'm about to reveal might make you look at the smallest coins in your collection in a completely different way. Many collectors spend a lifetime searching for treasures, but sometimes a tiny coin lying quietly in a drawer can be worth far more than the big shiny ones you proudly display. Today, we're talking about a coin that most people ignored for years, a coin that circulated in pockets, wallets, and old jars in many homes. The South Africa 5 cents from 2007. If you've never paid attention to this little bronze-plated steel piece, you might be missing out on something truly incredible. Picture this. You're sitting at your desk one evening, sorting through a handful of old coins. Maybe you found them in a forgotten box. Maybe your father handed them down to you. Or maybe they were mixed in with loose change from years ago. You see the 5 cents coin, small, simple, nothing fancy. You turn it over between your fingers, not expecting much. But then something clicks in your mind. You remember hearing about certain South African coins gaining unexpected value, especially specific years with low mintages, rare die varieties, or coins that survived in exceptional condition. Suddenly, your curiosity wakes up. You take a closer look. This is where the real journey begins. The 2007 5 cents coin may not be rare to the average person, but to collectors who know the real story, it holds a unique place. In 2007, South Africa produced millions of low-value coins, but a smaller number of them were struck with sharper dies, cleaner details, and far better finish. Most of the coins circulated hard, losing their luster quickly. They were spent, scratched, tossed into pockets with keys, and forgotten. But for those few coins that somehow survived in near-perfect condition, collectors today pay extraordinary attention. And as with all modern coins, condition is king. A circulated one might be worth cents, but a preserved one can climb dramatically. But the value isn't just about condition. That's the part many people misunderstand. It's also about demand, scarcity at high grades, and collector interest. Over the last decade, the interest in small-denomination world coins has grown rapidly. Collectors who once focused only on large silver or gold coins have started rediscovering these humble pieces. Why? Because many modern coins have hidden varieties, minting errors, or low survival numbers. The South African series is especially interesting because the country's minting history includes numerous subtle die shifts, metal inconsistencies, and minor imperfections that collectors love to hunt for. The 2007 5 cents coin stands out for several reasons. First, it represents the transition period of modern South African coinage, a time when the mint experimented with different die polishing methods and adjustments to maintain quality despite high production numbers. That means a few coins came out with exceptionally crisp details, particularly around the King Protea flower design on the reverse. Sharp lines, strong relief, and clean edges make these pieces visually striking when compared side by side with ordinary circulated examples. For collectors aged 55 to 65, who appreciate tradition, craftsmanship, and long-term value, such features matter a lot. Imagine holding one in your hand. The light catches the flower design. The edges still have their original sharpness. It doesn't look like a coin that passed through hundreds of hands. It looks like something that never left the mint floor. That's where the story becomes exciting. Coins like this don't simply appear every day. They are found in old personal stashes, inherited collections, government-issued sets, or, occasionally, in coin lots that people sell without realizing what they have. That's the thrill. That's the hunt. And for many collectors in your age group, this hobby isn't just about money. It's about rediscovery, nostalgia, and the excitement of uncovering something extraordinary. Now let's talk about errors because this is another reason collectors hunt the 2007 5 cents coin. Some of these coins show slight off-center strikes, die cracks, metal lumps, or even uneven plating. Most people look at such imperfections as flaws. But to collectors, these tiny mistakes tell the story of how the minting machine behaved at the time. An error means the coin is unique. No two error coins look exactly alike. That's why error coins attract strong bidders in auctions, especially when the error is visible but not so large that it ruins the design. Even better, an error on a coin that already has strong collector interest becomes even more valuable. But the most important factor is the grading. The grading scale determines everything, and collectors over 55 know this well because they've seen how values can jump dramatically when a coin receives a top-tier grade. A normal circulated 2075 cents is worth almost nothing. But a coin graded extremely high, especially in mint state, can shock collectors with its market performance. These high-grade examples are the reason some coins suddenly leap in value. When bidders compete to secure a top-ranking example for their registry sets, prices can skyrocket. Think for a moment about how many people ignored these coins. They spent them without a thought. They stored them in jars. They let them rust or fade. That's why finding a perfect one today is almost like discovering a lost treasure. Most of the high-grade examples known today came from individuals who set aside coins directly from bankrolls, untouched and protected. If someone back in 2007 saved a roll of fresh coins without knowing their future worth, he might now be holding something extremely valuable. And this brings us to the part of the story that matters most to you personally. You might be sitting at home right now, perhaps with a collection you haven't checked in years. There may be thousands of coins mixed together: old copper coins, steel pieces, commemoratives, and foreign currency. Somewhere in there could be a 2075 cents coin waiting to be rediscovered. When your generation grew up, coins were more meaningful. They were collected, traded, admired, and preserved. That's why collectors your age are some of the best at spotting valuable pieces. You know how to look for detail, how to compare, how to appreciate craftsmanship. That gives you a huge advantage to so before you assume you don't have anything valuable, it's worth taking a closer look. Take out your old coin boxes, open the drawers, check the jars in your cupboards, go through the coins you've kept for years without thinking about them. These are often the exact places where valuable small denomination coins are hiding. And if you do find a 2075 cents coin, examine it carefully. Look for luster, sharpness, mint fresh quality. That's where the real value lies.